Oh, dara. Kana kay ma'am, tigtanaw ka Game of Thrones. Tigtanaw ka Game of Thrones. Are you a fan of Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Now, our question is, are you satisfied with the ending?
Honestly, no, because one, two,
Winter is coming.
Here are your
with fire and blood.
And welcome to our vlog! In this episode, we will talk about the season finale of Game of Thrones. Specifically, the three of us will talk about the fate of the three remaining major houses in the series. Of course, we have the highly, morally upright, high-principled House Stark, the cunning, the very political House Lannisters, and of course, the house that we cannot forget, the House Targaryen.
And in this episode as well, we are going to discuss the main characters of the season finale of Game of Thrones. We have, of course, Bran the Broken, Sansa Stark, Arya Stark, Jon Snow, Daenerys, and of course, our villainous Jaime and Cersei.
And since this is our very first vlog, we would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe.
Subscribe!
High in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her ghosts, the ones she had lost and the ones she had found, and the ones who had loved her the most.
And we're back, and at this time we're going to discuss the character's fate in the season finale of Game of Thrones. Starting off, I'm going to ask whether you're satisfied with the fate of the character, and we're going to start, of course, to the king of the Iron Throne, Brandon the Broken.
Well, to the king of the seven kingdoms, Brandon the Broken, I think that I'm not satisfied with how his life turned out to be. Him being a king, for me, was too unfair to the other characters. Well, if you try to recall, most of the remaining major characters who lived up until the season finale, they have experienced a very rough life. And so, experiencing rough life, I think it's just deserving for them to enjoy being the king. Well, if you think, Brandon just lived his life sitting. He just allowed Hodor to push him. He lived a very boring life, so him becoming the king, it's too unfair.
For me as well, it's not really satisfying because I think there are characters who have who have better claims to the throne, who have better stories. For example, Sansa Stark has a better story. We have Arya Stark, she has also a better story. Jon Snow, Daenerys, and these people have struggled to develop their character, and here comes Bran. It's not really satisfying for me. That's all. That's it. It's not satisfying. So how about you, ma'am?
Although we got the sympathy of Bran falling off in the first episode, I don't think he should have gotten the throne as well. Because it's so unfair. I agree with you guys. He just sat down, sat around, and other characters were being built up. They got to know who they were, they got to unfold their own stories, but they ended up as nobodies. And Bran, here he is, ending up as the king, so it's unfair.
Yeah, so if you're not satisfied, I'm not satisfied, so who should we think or who should sit the Iron Throne? For you?
Me first, if I may say my opinion first. But personally, I think that Jon Snow should be the king. Jon Snow should be the king of the seven kingdoms. Because personally, I have followed his life. I mean, as I watch from season 1 to season 8, I have seen how he struggled. You know, he lived his entire life knowing himself as a bastard. Knowing himself as a bastard also means that people would treat him like a bastard, without respect. In fact, he pledged his life to serve the Night Watch. That means that he cannot have a wife, he can have no children. So, that for itself is already a manifestation that a king has already sacrificed a lot, and so he should be the king because he sacrificed a lot, so he deserves that.
Yeah, aside from that, there was a detail for the lineage of Jon being a Targaryen. So I think he has also a better claim to the throne. However, I'm going to criticize the showrunners and the story writers because they didn't give value to that information of Jon being a Targaryen. I mean, it was put to waste at the end. So I don't know really what happened. I believe that Jon has a better claim to the throne, but you know what? I'm Sansa Stark all the way. So
In other words, you're not also satisfied with how Jon Snow's life ended or turned out to be.
I'm not. Yeah.
How about you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm not satisfied with how his character ended. He deserved better.
Mhm.
Although he did not, I think he should not be king, but I think he still deserves to be someone with a higher position and not someone ending up with the Night Watch again.
So it appears that you are not satisfied with how Jon Snow ended his life or how his life turned out to be in the season finale. We are also not satisfied about Brandon's fate. We are not also happy with Jon Snow's becoming not the king, and we are not happy Brandon becoming the king. So who should be the king or the queen then?
Well, I believe it should be Daenerys Targaryen.
Speaking of Daenerys, because someone brought up Daenerys, so we're going to talk about, are we satisfied with Daenerys' fate in the season finale of Game of Thrones? Let's start with you, Max, since you brought it up first.
Okay, I am so not satisfied with Daenerys' ending or how her character was ended. I wanted her to be queen. So I was so caught up when I met her. So when she was introduced in the first episode, she fought a lot, she struggled a lot, and eventually she ended up with power, of course. And with that power, though along the way she lost people who were so dear to her, people who were so loyal to her. And with that, you can somehow see how power has consumed her and ending up killing a lot of innocent people. So that way I got mixed emotions. So yes, she should be queen, but yeah, she should not have killed those people. But in a way, her being killed in the end, so not my type. I just wish there was a better ending for her.
Yeah. It was not justifiable.
I would agree on you on that part. I would really want Jon Snow to become the king, but I'm not satisfied on Daenerys' life's ending because she died. On the part where she died, I'm okay with her not being the queen, but on the part where she died, it felt so sad. It feels so sad because just like many other characters, she also suffered a lot from childhood. She lost her parents, all of her siblings, aunties, and all. They're the only two remaining, Viserys and Daenerys, to be alive in the entire lineage of the Targaryen's family. And up until the season finale, she even suffered much more. Jorah Mormont, who is the only person who's the only trusted person, and we have also the best friend of Daenerys, Missandei, who also died in the hands of Cersei, in the Cersei's hand. Imagine that. And her being a woman, and at the same time being a strong woman, on that time when the film was shot or was taken, seemed to be very rare. And so, on that part, since she was strong, I'm not satisfied that she died. I wish that she lived a good life. I wish that she'll get married with someone and be happy, have a child.
Yeah, she struggled enough. Now, in my case, I'm going to react on her becoming the Mad Queen because, I mean, I think it would be justifiable if there are supporting details about the losses. For example, there was this scene in the battle in King's Landing where I think she was contemplating on whether, it was when the bell was ringing, right? And then she was contemplating whether to burn down the city or not. But eventually, she killed everyone in there. So for me, it would have been justifiable if the showrunners of Game of Thrones and the writers have supported. I mean, there could be an episode or a time, a moment, a lapse where she could have major flashbacks of the things that devastated her, that injured her, that made her suffer. So it would have been justifiable.
But Jaime and Cersei Lannister, I am in between. satisfied. Somehow I am not also satisfied. First, if I may speak about first Cersei, many others would also not agree with me. Many others would disagree with me on this part. But there is also a part where I also empathize with Cersei Lannister, because you can, just like any other character, she also faced so many deaths, and it could actually explain to us why her attitude is like that. Her children died, all of her children died, and she has to sell off her body just to get an army. So, I mean, she also struggled a lot. But, all in all, to look at it, I hate Cersei. I hate Jaime Lannister. Them being killed that way, for me, is not satisfying. Because, from the very beginning, from the very first episode, I so hate the two. I so hate the two, really. Cersei already showed some bad attitude, bad character. Jaime, on the other hand, was the person who decided to push Bran, just because they were trying to hide what they are doing, and them being killed just because of some falling debris, not but because of a building which crumbled. Seems to be not satisfying. It would have been nice if they went through some gruesome death. I'm not a very bad person. I don't have a serial killer mentality. But just for the sake of justifying what they've done in the past seasons, it would have been nice if they suffered something.
Yeah, I'm still pushing that Arya should have killed Cersei, because it would be satisfying for the Starks, given that it was Cersei who planned Ned's beheading, right? So it would have been a better ending if Arya had killed Cersei.
I really thought that Ned is going to be a great person, but he died soon.
But you know, in some theories, there is a parallel between Daenerys and Cersei, because Cersei died at the arms of her lover Jaime, and then Daenerys died with Jon Snow, right? So there is a parallelism over there, ma'am.
As well, after everything that they have done, Jaime and Cersei, I also believe that they should have an ending that would not have been like that. They should not have just been. They should not have died because of just falling debris. They should have been in battle, or they should have been assassinated or killed off by someone, because it could have been justifiable if someone, or yeah, just like you said, Arya killing Cersei off would be like repaying or taking or avenging her dad's death with Cersei. And all in all, I think most of us had issues with the ending, or most of us were unsatisfied.
Yeah. And to end this vlog of ours, we are going to give our favorite lines of the show. We're going to start with you.
For me, I think it was so catchy, the line of Aemon Targaryen, which was quoted by Jon Snow, when he said, "Love is the end of duty." And at the same time, I also like Varys' line when he said, "We have so many choices to make. I hope that we choose wisely."
Yeah, that's another one. And I guess in that line, Tyrion replied that duty is the death of love. So I also like that. How about you, ma'am?
Well, I like Daenerys' line. She said, "I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel."
So that's it, and we're done. So I hope that you enjoyed our reaction to the season finale of Game of Thrones.
True. And for all of you out there who may disagree with our reactions, please comment your reactions down in the comment section. We might interact. And yeah, thank you for watching.
And please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want us to make another vlog, you can put your suggestions on the comment box. So this is not